Good morning. What is going on? Welcome back to another video. So you can see there's no boat for a change. Back to the waders and doing a bit of walking around the lakes. I've got a few hours this morning and I really wanted to get out and really test this reel out. I've had it now for a while and I haven't really felt like I've given it a good blast. So yeah, I'm sure you'll see by the title. It is the Savage Gear SG10 250 Baitcaster. So this is a really smart bit of kit. Now the lure's sort of in the way, stopping you seeing it, but it's awesome. Really smooth, really nice to use. I haven't really, as I said, give it a good thrashing yet, so I'm going to plan to do that this morning with a few pike. Hopefully, the sun's came out quite quickly, so it may be a bit slower than I would like. In terms of the rod that I'm using as well, it's again a reasonably new setup that I've been using. So it's the SG4 swim bait, 7'11", and it's the 50 to 110 gram version. But again, super light, really nice combo. And I'm looking forward to putting a few pike on the hooks. So I'll not waste too much time because, as I said, I've got only a few hours, don't have very long, and I want to get a fish on the bank. So stay tuned. Try and get in here somehow. The water's crystal clear. So what I remember from this lake is that it's really shallow down this end and very weedy down this end. So I've taken all of the weights off the lure to try and avoid getting caught in the weeds. And this lure is perfect for it, in all honesty. So it stays quite shallow, no weight on it, it'll run only a few inches below the surface. And it's the Savage Gear Pike, as you can see. Caught lots of fish on this. I've added that second stinger to the top of it, and it's made a lot of difference in terms of the hookup rate, as you would expect. So as I said, there's the first bit of weed anyway. Sun's out, so it's going to be probably a bit more difficult than I would like. A lot of weed there. This is going to be a common thing down this end of the lake, but unfortunately the pike do seem to like hiding in around here. I think I'll just have to cast it out and reel a bit faster, almost like a top water, just for this bottom corner anyway. Ooh, it's a bit sinky there. Can't believe how bright it is this time in the morning already. Again, oh, there's a tack. There was a tack. You can see the big swirl behind it. But basically what I was about to say was, again, very shallow in there, having to keep it high. I'm very surprised that fish didn't get hooked there, because that was quite an aggressive hit. Such a big swirl in the back of it as well. So that's just a self-made stinger I've made. 100 odd pound fluorocarbon. That was almost our first fish. I reckon we'll get him though, because he was fired up. Can't believe how clear the water is. There's a fish. Oh dear. Mad head shakes and that. First fish. We're only here 15 minutes. So on the stinger, it's the way we want it. So there we go, Savage Gear SG10 250 doing the damage. Right, we'll get it unhooked and get it back. Still reasonably in the shallow bay here. The weeds will come out about there and then stop, so you do tend to find sometimes the pike will lay on the drop off or the edge of the weed. It's a strange lake. There's days I come down here and I'll walk around the whole lake and not get a bite, and then you come into one small corner and you maybe get 7 or 8 pike out of it. I've had the belly boat on it before in the past with the fish finder, and there's not a lot of bait fish in it in terms of shoals anyway. I found 1 or 2 balls of bait, and that was really it. But tons of pike. Come on, pike, where are you? In fairness, there has been a fair drop in temperature over the past 2 weeks, which might have slowed them down a bit with lures. Just as I said that. Oh. I literally think that pike was probably a similar sort of size to the lure I was using. It wasn't a big fish at all. And that basically hit me right at my feet, which is why there wasn't a great hook hold on it. I've actually just come right into this wee bay. You can see there's weeds sticking up everywhere. So proper snag fest, but as I said, they do like to hide in here for whatever reason. Come on, pike. Somebody nail it. I can see plenty of bait fish moving in here. So 1 fish, 2 fish, and then just got another one, just as I said that. What I was about to say was 1 fish caught, 1 lost, and call it that, dropped off, and then we just banged another one, which I think is slightly bigger. He buried himself in the weed. So just I checked the time there just before starting again there, and I think we're half an hour in. And 2 caught, 1 lost. It's actually not as big as that first one, but must have been catching itself in the weed. Chunky one. On the bottom treble this time. There we go. Get the rod out of your way. Nice fat belly on it. Only a jack, but spotless. Pike. Love eating pike. Okay, so 2 caught, 1 lost. and we're still in the first half an hour, so I think the best I've had on this lake is 8 in a short session. It'd be good if I could beat that. I would be over the moon, especially with that bright sun. I didn't think that it would have even been as good as what it has been so far. Fish just moving out of the weeds just beside me. Fish, and again, all in this bay. That's the same place as we got that last one. You can see all the weed lifting up out from behind it. Oh, it's getting stuck in the weed. Come on, out of there. Oh, I don't even think this is a big fish. Well, I don't know, because it keeps getting stuck. Come on, out of that weed. Oh, it's well bedded in. All the size of it. Buried itself in that weight. Again, this is why you use a heavy setup, 58-pound braid, and I was able to pull through that, no problem. Right, now, behave yourself. Every one of them have been taking the hook right down. Even this one, for all the size of them. Awkward one, that one. Again, spotless. Thank you for playing. Took him a second there to realise that he was let go. On the back stinger again. As I said before, the catch rate has went up. Easy, 100% more with that back stinger on. I think I'm at my limit. Water's right up to the area you don't particularly want it to be at, if you're male anyway. Like sort of off camera there, just as I'm walking around the lake, each time I turn the camera off. And I've actually spooked three pike, all different areas, real in tight to the side. I don't think they're overly big, but they're literally right into like a foot of water, 2 foot of water in the thick weed. Cast back down where I was literally just fishing. That was crazy. Like I was literally just fishing there. I came round the other end of the bay and cast into it, and it feels like a heavier fish. Oh. This has to be a heavier fish. Yes, it's definitely a much better fish. This one's pulling line and everything. Oh, get out of the weed. Get out of the weed. Nice. Haven't really got a good look at it yet, but bit of weight to it on the stinger again. God, And what about that? Oh, nice low double. That's crazy. I was just fishing in that same spot 10-15 minutes, caught 2 fish in it, 2 small pike, and then I've just come out and cast back into the same spot, and that's a cracking fish. Spotless, not a mark on it. Really good fight. I'd say 10 pounds easy, maybe slightly more. There we go. There's your thumbnail. Thank you for playing. Awesome. Come on, Pike. I'm saying that like I haven't just caught 4 in 45 minutes, but I want another one, being greedy. Just like that. Oh, what a take. Oh, what a take. Oh, what a take. Awesome. Oh, get out of the weed. Oh, I've got my drag fairly tight to try and stop them going into the weed if the best I can. That was a super take. Right, come here. Get out of it. So I do have a net with me, but it's not very big. I tend to keep it for the big fish, not the awkward ones like this. Although slightly bigger than what we have been getting, minus the big fish obviously. On the stinger again, every time the stinger's in the mouth, that other hook has hardly got a look in. I think that other hook has caught one of the fish all day. The rest of them have all been on the stinger. Lovely condition again. Thank you for playing. Straight into the weed. That's it. Out of sight. Try a wee sneaky one in close first. Tiny bit of deeper ledge just there. Always, there's always a fish in there. Always a fish in there. Whoa. I love it just when you call it like that. Oh, and we've got it on the normal hook. This guy's been caught before. You can see a bit of gill breaker damage on him. All similar sort of size, majority of them anyway. Okay, there we go, back in the car, ready to go home. Unfortunately we didn't get the more than 8. I sort of just ran out of time. I think we ended up in 6, something like that. But listen, bear in mind that was slightly less than 2 hours, so 6 fish in under 2 hours is good going. It's just a shame I can't stay for longer, but unfortunately just have things to do. Listen, the whole point of the video was to really give that reel a good test and see what it was like, and I feel like I did do that, even with a slightly bigger fish that was pulling drag and you know, getting stuck in the weeds a few times and things like that. Just obviously putting it through a bit of a rigorous test that I would like. Super reel, really enjoyed using it. Super smooth. I didn't really go into a lot of detail with the reel, which is fair enough. Ended up the fishing was too good and I got carried away with that as opposed to doing much of a review, but that's fine. Listen, It's similar to the SG8 that I've used before as well, which it's a video that's on the channel that's done really well. That's awesome. You know, hats off to Savage Gear for making them. They are super reels, and they're only going to get better as time goes on. It's their first sort of effort with a baitcaster that I know of, and you know, as I said, they're only going to get better, and they're already good. So as usual, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the session. Really fun. We'll see you on the next video.